Stoma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, guys, we're going to talk a little welterweights. Let's talk Danny Swift Garcia, baby. He got a fight coming up against Granados coming up soon, right? But that ain't what we're going to talk about. Said something that I thought was very pertinent. Now, Danny Garcia said, hey, Spence not the number one welterweight. Errol Spence not the number one welterweight. Now, he didn't say who he thought was the number one welterweight, but that's very significant. Now, before I say a little thing about Danny Garcia, anybody that's been coming in here, the 5 people that do know that I roll with Danny Garcia, I like the dude. I like Danny Garcia. I even like the way he fights. No, not too many things that, he does super well, except that left hook. But he does a lot of things well, all right? And he's very confident, but he's not that active, right? He's not that active. But I just like Danny Garcia. And his father's another story, if you're old enough, then you can filter out when his father's talking smack, what's good and what's not. But at the end of the day, Danny Garcia is a very, very, very good fighter. And most of the time, I'm going for Danny Garcia when he fought against Sean Porter or when he fought against Keith Thurman. Now, so no matter what I say coming up, make sure you realize I roll with Danny Garcia. But you guys know, no matter who I roll with, I'm going to be fair. Period. That's the way it is. So let's talk about it. Now, if he's going to say that Errol Spence is not the number one welterweight, I think he should say, then who the hell is it? Because he can't say himself because he lost to Sean Porter and Keith Thurman. Right? Now, and you can't say Sean Porter because Sean Porter lost to Keith Thurman. Right? So, if it's not Errol Spence, which you could probably say, then it's going to have to be Keith Thurman. Right? Because Keith Thurman, he's hurt, but Keith Thurman has the most significant wins of all welterweights. Now, Errol Spence, we're projecting. We don't want to keep projecting because we don't like when somebody projects when it comes to like Lomachenko, for example, what he's going to possibly do. At the end of the day, who has the most significant fights at welterweight? That would probably be Keith Thurman. Now, he's been hurt, but, you can get hurt after fighting Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. And when Keith Thurman was hurt the whole time, did anybody crystallize themselves as the best one? And they wasn't in a rush to fight Errol Spence. So Errol Spence is either the best welterweight or the second best, and only behind Keith Thurman. Now, you're probably be thinking, well, what about Terrence Crawford? At 140, Terrence Crawford. Pound for pound, Terrence Crawford. But at 147, Terrence Crawford doesn't have the most significant wins. Now, people will try to belittle that win over Jeff Horn. Let's see somebody else go beat up Jeff Horn that's not named Terrence Crawford first, before we start talking about Jeff Horn and all that, because he beat Pacquiao. And Pacquiao's up here thinking about fighting Spence or someone else, right? Jeff Horn beat him. Pacquiao's not in a rush to fight him either, right? So somebody else wanted to beat Jeff Horn. Terrence Crawford outclassed Jeff Horn. So that is a significant win to me, personally, because nobody's going to beat Pacquiao like Jeff Horn did, and then somebody else beats Jeff Horn, and all of a sudden Jeff Horn's not good. But then we'll say the same sentence, but Pacquiao is the bomb. No, it doesn't work like that. Pacquiao lost to Jeff Horn and is not readdressing it. So the smaller guy comes up and beats Jeff Horn. So we're just not going to mention Terrence Crawford yet. We know Terrence Crawford is probably going to beat all these guys. It's a possibility for sure, but he hasn't yet. The most significant wins of anybody in the welterweight division, as we speak, has to be Keith Thurman. Whether we like it or not, whether we're asking Keith Thurman to go continue to do something, but first of all, somebody else say I beat Sean Porter and Danny Garcia in the welterweight division. And if whoever can say that has to be the baddest. So for me, it's between Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. Now, if I had to pick one, I would probably say Errol Spence because I don't know if Keith Thurman is ever going to be the same, with those injuries and things like that. So Danny Garcia, he probably shouldn't be saying this right now when you're about to fight Granados. Now, Granados is somebody. He got 6 losses, but he's one of them 6 losses, dude, where everybody who fought him knows that they were in a fight. So he's still good. But if Danny Garcia is going to be saying somebody else ain't number one in the division, then who the hell is it? So this is not really cool. But the thing about statements, when you hear statements coming through the media and stuff like that, and we're like, well, he shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have said that. Guys, in most cases, and I'm going to go with about 75% of the cases, most times they were asked, right? He was asked probably. I don't know for sure, but he was probably asked who he thinks or what he thinks. Does he think Errol Spence is the number one welterweight? He probably just said, not really. He's probably going with Keith Thurman, right? Most of the time, fighters go with the dude who beat them, That's how that is. So that's my 2 cents on that one. And we'll talk soon when this fight gets a little closer. We'll talk about Dan Garcia versus Granados and who I think will win and why. But right now, Danny Garcia says, you know, your boy ERROL Spence is not the #1 welterweight, and didn't say who. Who do you think is the #1 best welterweight? Doma Sports Talk worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.